still here.
All right, Eric. Okay, you're gonna learn some
Am I
things
turning up the
about.
volume?
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what that is.
So this is it blends from the headphones to the mic.
Yes,
What does that mean?
That's what I'm trying to
it
figure out.
means that it's picking up the sound that you're inputting from to the mic. So your voice into the mic, you can hear it through your headphones. That's connected on the bottom of the mic.
Did you figure out what it meant?
Yeah. You're being recorded.
For quality purpose only, right?
Yeah.
Eric, what's your video game?
He's asking what your video game is. You're in my headphones. He's asking about your video game.
I'm making a new 2D platformer.
Ooh,
He doesn't want to show us.
ooh, like Shovel Knight.
Like what? Like Shadow?
Shovel Knight.
Like Shovel Knight, he said. Alright, I'm not playing this right now.
Yeah.
Oh my
We
god.
can have this conversation later.
Okay, do me a favor. Your microphone, pick it up and put it in front of you.
Why? It has to be in the camera?
It has to be within 6 inches of your face.
I mean, it was close enough. That's alright. Does it need to be in the camera though? I mean, it's so huge. It's ridiculous.
You gotta point it to your face.
You can put it like offset.
Hold
You
on.
can put a little offset, yeah. But
Right there.
point it on your face.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2. This is 6 feet. What? I got it right there.
6 inches.
So 6 feet.
6
That's like
in-
1
Oh,
foot. 6 inches or 6 feet?
6 inches.
6
It's supposed to
inches.
be so
oh, so I have to be really close.
you gotta be kind of close.
Where did the 6 inches come from? Is that next to the statistic of the of the fear of public speaking?
That was right! It was right! It was right! Until 2014, it was right.
90% of America think that they can speak into a mic farther than 6 inches.
90%.
It's supposed to be your fist, you're supposed to speak within the reach of your fist.
Okay.
Without
All right.
the actual
One
audio.
fist.
I like what I see.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, we're good?
Okay.
Alright.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, remember stay in frame. That was the other
Yeah, I kept like coming.
thing.
but
I know it's fun to lean. I know it's fun.
I know, it's better on my back actually.
You're gonna learn. We're probably gonna have to buy like external cameras to like aim it at us, and then we can be more comfy waffy.
Okay, yeah.
This is our life right now.
This is not a good camera angle. Alright.
Any topics you want to talk about, or anything you want to like brainstorm before we get to the episode?
No. I got it. Do you want to brainstorm?
I'm good. I'm good.
Alright, you have a lot of things to talk about.
I always have things to talk about. I'm such a failure.
Hey, do I have to like? I can't speak that loud or what? How?
No, you're good. You're not.
I'm good.
clicking or
All
anything.
right.
Yeah, I will tell you.
This is weird.
I'll tell you if you clip.
This feels way too expensive for what we're doing.
It's gonna be fine.
All
It's
right.
gonna be fine. I'm gonna have one soon too, so it's gonna look dorky as hell. Okay.
Okay.
Who's introducing us today? You or me?
You can go ahead.
So 5. Oh wait, quote of the day. We need a quote. We need a quote.
Or a word of wisdom, no?
Words of wisdom, yes.
I'll come up with something on the fly.
All right. Okay, so.
This makes me feel like I want to rap.
Okay, you can start off rapping if you want. You can go.
Too much pressure right now. I'll try later.
All right.
I'll try that when I'm more confident. All right.
You don't hear like sloshing, right? You don't hear like my mic.
No, I think that was happening because of your
collar.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, let's go. Yeah, you go.
Hello, welcome to the Failing with Style podcast. How do you say that in Spanish?
I don't know. Failing? How do you say failing? Con estilo. Failing con estilo. That's the Miami way to say it. We'll just
there
keep
you
it
go.
If you know how to say failing in Spanish, please message us.
Comment below, like and subscribe.
We'll figure it out later. I mean, Google Translate is good nowadays.
Yeah, it is. It is really good. Oh my god, I use this so much in my day job. Okay, we're getting off track. Welcome, everyone. My name is Raul, and welcome to the Failing with Style podcast, joined by my illustrious co-host, Daisy. How you doing?
Good. As you can see, I'm all suited up today. I got a new uniform, headphones, this bomb-ass mic, which feels really expensive, and it's scary to use. I've taken away all water from my desk, so we're in good hands today. I've learned.
Were you able to turn in your homework?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I turned it in, but it was a hassle because it's digital, so I can like kind of fix some stuff a little bit. Like I take a picture and fix it up in Photoshop. But when I had to trace over, I had to trace over that paper. That was a pain in the butt because it had like all this like crinkles from the water. So, but whatever, we made it. We're here. I got my feedback. It's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Where can the nice people find you?
So follow me at Daisy Artistica, which I might change. Actually, I know we were talking about it the other day. I might change it to Daisy Vesiana. So just keep a lookout.
Yeah. Glad I pronounced your last name right on my other podcast. We were doing an episode, and by the way, you're making all my comedian friends jealous now. I want to let you know. You're like, wait, you got another podcast? What's going on? Why you got 2 podcasts now, bro? And I'm like, I have 2 podcasts. Why can't I have 2 podcasts? What? We're in America. We can have 2 podcasts.
Freedom.
They're
like, who the hell is this girl? We don't even see her on the scene. She's in fucking Colorado.
She's in Colorado.
Yeah.
She does public speaking things in Republican conventions.
Yeah. Yeah, well, my bad. I don't mean to make anyone jealous. You know, they're meant to come. If they want to come on the podcast, maybe we can have them check your statistics.
No pa tanto.
No pa tanto.
So,
well, where can the people follow you, Raul?
RDHITO 87, and which I might change too. I might need to change it soon.
What are you going to change it to?
I don't want to change my full name. So, fun facts for our listeners. Oh, here, Andrew, get your notepad out. Here we go.
That's if Andrew's even listening.
That's even if Andrew's listening. Yeah, Andrew, we're trying to make a whole segment around you. All right, maybe we'll get a line. Maybe a line will do it.
Yeah. All right. Let's start calling these people out. See who'll work for free.
Okay. So, it is statistically proven that your username should be within 15 characters, like within 15 letters, numbers, whatever. I used to have a great username. It was 6 letters. Oh, I loved it.
What was your username?
It was just RDHITO.
Wait, hold on. So what is that? Raulito? Like, what is
that? It's my middle and my last. Well, everyone knows my last name. Mm-hmm. So it's Raul D. Hernandez Ito. Ito is my nickname.
Like Ito. Okay. So, yeah. I was Daisita. Are you Raulito?
I'm Ito, actually. Oh, so fun. Okay. Like, I doesn't have anything to do with failures, but my family, I'm the 3rd Raul. Just someone wants to like create an identity thing off of me, they can totally pull it off right now. I'm the 3rd Raul in my family. There was my grandfather, rest in peace, my dad, and me. And so whenever you say Raul, I had a fiesta, at a party, at a Nochebuena, all 3 of us would turn around. So a way, like when I was growing up as a kid, that we discerned which Raul you were talking about. So Raul was my grandfather. He was Raul. He was the patriarch. He was the main guy. My dad was Raulito. He was the 2nd. He was also Raul, but he was also Ito. So he was Raulito. Since I was the 3rd and technically the smallest, I was Ito. So that's how you were able to like manipulate it in a way. Mm-hmm. So that's why I picked that name.
Ito. Oh, that's nice. Well, my mom's name was Daisy, and so I'm Daisita.
Oh, there you go. Mm-hmm. So,
and then I have my dad's name is Ricardo, and then my brother's name is Ricardito. Sorry to call you out.
So would you call your daughter, if, or, I don't want to make any assumptions, your daughter, or would they be Ita then?
No. We're breaking out from that culture and just naming them something different. Would you name your child Raul again? The fourth Raul? Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, you would?
Yeah, I have to, the pressure's on now. My brother just, shout out to my brother, he just had uncle times two now. And his son's name is Alex Jr. Like my brother's Alex, he's Alex Jr.
Oh, so he's starting it. He's starting or keeping the tradition.
He's kind of keeping his own tradition going.
Yeah, so. Nice.
Yeah. Any normal ladies out there who want to have kids, hit up Raul.
Wow, straight to it. I want to see how many DMs.
My brother literally yelled that at me the other day. He's like, "Just impregnate later, Rito. God, jeez."
Just impregnate anyone.
Anyone.
Oh my gosh. There's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way.
There is a will, there's a way. Speaking of, so the purpose of this podcast, as we discussed before, is that we talk about our failures and how we conquer our failures, or how we try to conquer our failures. You said you had some today, this week?
Yeah. I feel pretty bad about this one because it's funny. So we just talked about why we're making this podcast is so we can engage our viewers and, let them know about our stuff. So put ourselves out there. And so my social media presence has not been good with my art. And I've been really sad about that. Yeah, dude, I just feel that I'm having all these people go and follow me at my Instagram, and I'm not posting anything. And I have to say, I'm quite the overachiever, and I put a lot of things on my plate, and it can bite me in the ass sometimes. I stay using that. I should come up with a new phrase, but it sucks because it's not like I'm not doing anything, right? But I feel like if I'm not showing what I'm doing, then people think I'm not doing anything. I mean, that's what they see. They only see my Instagram, but I'm busting my ass. I'm learning things that are not Instagram worthy, I guess, because it's not something that people are enjoying to see because it's practice, Before, oh, go ahead.
You say that some of the stuff's not Instagram worthy, but the perspective art that you did a few weeks ago was fucking awesome. I loved it. Like the 3-dimensional shaping, and I think a lot of people, I'm included in this, is a fan of seeing. I actually had a fan of my stuff tell me this recently. She was like, "Hey, it's been so good consistently following you in your shows because I've seen your progression as a comedian through jokes." And that she was like, it changed my whole entire perspective of comedy. So I think that there are people out there who, much like how it's made, much like people who like prequels of movies, I think there are people out there who love seeing how things are done.
Progress.
And progress, exactly.
Yeah. I got in my head too much. I think that's what it is. And I'm sorry to fail you guys. I'm gonna do better. But yeah, it's this constant battle in my head of what I'm going through because it's all this boring practice that I feel is very boring because it's not what I want to be doing. I love drawing cartoons. I love making stories, making scenes of cartoons and coloring and all that stuff. But you have to do the practice, right? There's a lot of the boring side that people don't see. And I guess you're right. It's probably in my head that I'm like, oh, they're not going to want to see this. But maybe it is good enough to post. I mean, I'm telling you that the practice I do is hard work. I spend hours every day on my stuff. So it's almost like you don't see the fruits of your labor because it's going to come later, right? Yeah. So I should probably post it since I keep sending people over my way.
I'll tell you this: the sketch you drew of me it's one of my most liked things on my social media ever.
Oh, really?
Your sketch, yeah.
Oh,
I love it.
nice.
I love it. Yeah. I'm really close. I even thought about like, man, maybe I should make this my profile picture.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. Friendly discount. It's free right now, bro. I'm not that big yet. You better take advantage.
It's awesome, man. I love seeing your work, honestly, Daisy. Like, a lot of your stuff is great and wonderful. I love that one that you have of like the kid who's like with big shoes and he's kicking on like the side of like a wall. I love that one. She is.
Yeah, the girl.
The girl.
Yeah, well, I so that's like one part of my failure, the social media. But the other part is putting too much on your plate. And
welcome.
Yeah, we're here. Actually, I've been struggling that for a while now because I started my art journey a year ago, and I'm like every sort of after a class ends, I'm like, okay, all right, I'm gonna get it back together. I know my limits. Like I'm gonna do better this time. And then it's like a pattern. Then I go back into it. I'm stressed out. Like nobody could talk to me. I'm upset. I'm trying to, I'm trying to be better about that. Like I'm handling it, but yeah, I mean, you gotta remember to take breaks, and sometimes when you put too much on your plate, there is no time for breaks, and that sucks because then your work starts to deteriorate, and you can't put the amount of time you need to on your things. And that's a constant struggle. I don't know what the answer is, man. Do you do you have an answer?
It's hard. It's the dangerous dance because for me it's my time, and man, they do not lie when time is the most valuable thing in this world. It's so hard. Case in point, here's a failure to piggyback off your failure. I haven't sat down and wrote my jokes out in months, and I started feeling it. I started feeling like I'm on a stage. I'm on a stage performing, and I'm like looking up in my mind, like trying to figure out, oh, where's the joke? What joke do I usually do here? And I stall, I stutter. It causes me to freeze up, and not because I'm scared, it's because I'm trying to like upload like a joke I used to have or a premise I used to have. And literally last night was the first time I've opened my joke book in, again, months. And that's because, thank God, it was like Father's Day. Like, I mean, just to be transparent, we're recording the day after Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
Oh yeah, happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth. But and after hanging out with my family, I had a little bit of downtime where I'm not stressing, worried about making a flyer. I'm not stressing, worrying about. And I was like, man, I haven't pulled out my joke book in forever. And I finally pulled it out and I started writing. And the great thing about writing, any comedian, I imagine any writer, is that like something about the putting your pen to paper. It helps you write. Like for me, it will help me write a tag. It will help me remember a joke that I really wanted to work on. And it's nice to finally get that exercise out of the way. It's something I haven't been able to do because, like, one night I had to make like 4 flyers for 4 shows I had coming up in the week, or I'm dealing with a venue, or I'm trying to book a show. And I hate. So there's a stigmatism right now in the comedy community. You can either be a booker or a comedian. There's no middle ground. I don't believe that. I believe I can still be a good comedian and still be a good booker and a good show producer. So that's something I'm trying to fight. I do see why it would be easier for me to just be one or the other, but I don't want to give up either. I love both sides of it.
Plus, you're full time, aren't you? Don't you have a full time job?
And I have a full time job.
Yeah, that's intense.
It is, and it's hard. It's the thing that helps is the thing I think we talked to. A lot of the things last episode we talked about came up this week for me.
Did it?
Yeah.
Nice.
So like, no, I'm being very serious.
No, that's awesome though. That means you're taking some good things out of this.
So like having a calendar ready. Exclusive. Okay, get ready here. Ready?
Okay.
Ready? You see my calendar on my wall?
Yeah.
So I've been trying to use that guy. I've been trying to use the calendar on my phone. Trying to stay more in the now. Trying to stay more aware of what I'm doing. Here's something that came up directly. Let's finish yours. Because I feel like we totally hijacked it right now.
Well, we were talking about your failure. Just finish your thought.
Okay, so our last show, we talked about, you were like, you should make a contract so people don't drop out and stuff like that, whatever. So this week, I had 3 shows where half the comedians dropped out of the lineup.
Oh no!
3 of them, 3 shows, and it was too much. It was
the same day or
different shows. They did drop out the same day.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so it was rough. The worst was Saturday. Saturday, I had a show at a really good venue we have, and before I even got to the venue, Daisy, there were 50 people waiting for this show. I got to the venue an hour early. There's 50 people there. When the show start was about to happen, we had 80 people. 80. That's for a comedian. That's exactly, you want 80 people. You want that many people. I only had me and 2 other comics.
Oh no!
And all 3 situations, there was a comic that like would text me like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I can't make it." Like 3 hours before showtime, and I hate that. So I finally, on someone's advice, I didn't make a contract, but what I did make was a policy and like a strike system. And now whenever I do the bookings, I make like a group chat with the comedians, and like, "Hey, this is the flyers. Here's what happens in the shows." Now, when I do all that, I also send, "Hey, here's our attendance policy and our strike system." Nice. So now people know, and now there's no more hiding anymore. I'm very out and about it, and I'm very stringent about it until it can't keep happening. It can't.
When did you start the new system?
2 days ago.
2 days ago? No, that's great. That's great, bro. Gosh. I mean, you have to do something like that. You got to set your boundaries first and foremost so that they understand, okay, this is what I need to abide by. And so that they understand what's at risk. Because, I mean, I've been seeing you're getting a great following on that Dade County comedy. Yeah. And I mean that's something valuable. So if they want to be a part of that, there's some rules to follow. And it's good to have it in writing. Good job.
And thank you. And it's been going good, man. Don't get me wrong, like I literally went on my story for that show, that 80-person show. I was like, "Every comedian in the nearby area, stop! Get your ass here!" Thank God, and 10 guys showed up out of nowhere. Thank God for all 10 of those guys showing up.
Wait, where did you post it? You posted it?
On a story. I posted an Instagram story.
Nice.
Like, I was just like, "Bro, I need anyone. Yeah. And please, I need to throw bodies at this monster."
Wow. Did they all go? All of them?
10 guys came, which was awesome, out of the woodwork. Even guys from Fort Lauderdale. Wow. And some of my best homies. I could shout them out now, but they're awesome guys, and I can't thank them enough for showing up, because
if you want, you should shout them out at the end of the podcast. That's amazing. Yeah,
we'll try.
We'll do our best.
So, how are you trying to deal with this time problem that you're having, or this overload issue?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pattern at this point. It's like I don't know what to do. I mean, okay, so for example, I'm in a perspective class right now, and I just started up an intro to color class. And last semester I had a figure drawing class and a dynamic sketching class. And I think that's it. That's all I was dealing with. And then, and the storyboard mentorship. So there were 3 things. And I realized that was a lot. So I only took a perspective class, but I got really excited and I was like, I really want to do the intro to color class. And so now I'm in the same thing because now I'm doing the storyboard, the perspective, and the intro to color. Like, who needs, somebody needs to stop me, man. Like, like, who is allowing me to just sign up to these classes and then, even though I know I'm not going to be okay. Right now, so on Wednesday is Eric's birthday. Happy birthday, Eric. Yeah. So we are going to the mountains and I'm trying to get all of my homework done before then. I've been literally nonstop since yesterday and today because I only have like 2 or 3 days to do them on my homework, trying to get this stuff done. And it's not fun. Like, I feel terrible, because I have so much on my plate and there's no time to think, like how we talked last time. There's no time to think because I'm just go, go, go. So to fix what I'm trying to do, I have this thing. Hold on. Sorry, I dropped that. So this is like everything I'm trying to learn, right? And then this was Eric, my husband, who was really sweet. He saw how much I was stressing out one day and he's like, write it all down and then star the ones that are really important to you. And then pick your top 3. And that's all you can focus on, right? Because the problem is, I think, is that my goals are so high and I want to do so much and I feel like I have to do it right now. You know what I mean?
I know you mean. Let me, before, I want to change the topic, but like, do you have like a person who you like idolize or a person that you look up to as far as like an artist?
Oh, actually, I just found somebody the other day. Okay, can we talk about like the art thing for a little bit?
Yeah.
So when I became, by the way, I don't even know what time it is. I don't know.
I'm watching.
Okay.
We got like 10 minutes. So
all right. Well, okay. So when I started, I've been drawing since I was 3 years old. Like, I remember my dad, we were in preschool and he drew a little duck and I followed along. And ever since then, I've been drawing, right? Like, I even remember that memory. So I've been drawing, and then up until high school, I've always been drawing. And then after high school, when my dad told me I couldn't become an artist, which is why I went into nursing, I sort of let all the art stuff go, right? And it was like this heartbreak that I had because I didn't even want to see it. I didn't want to dive myself into it. I created like this envious thing inside of me. So I didn't follow artists, I'm just like, I want nothing to do with it because I can't do it, right? Which sucks, right? Because I lost like 10 years. It was like 10 years, dude. And then now I'm like back into it and I'm all immersed. And even though I have that time lost, whatever, I'm here now, right? So I actually didn't have an artist that I looked up to. It was just like me and my creative mind just building things and like looking stuff online and just like doing my own stuff from it. But so there was, within that 10-year time frame, the only way I would do art is if I was down, like in the dumps. And when I was there was one time that I was down and I drew this like art that I found online, I don't know where, and I drew it and it was beautiful and it was like this duck with a little ladybug. And just yesterday I found the artist and I was like, oh my god, I love this artist. Like, he has animals all over you guys gotta look him up. His name is Rob Kaz, right? Robkaz. And he has like the like ducks and elephants and turtles, and it's so cute, and how they like interact in this beautiful environment. The way he paints is amazing. And so I found that I look up to him. And then I had a little crisis last night because I was like, do I want to be a storyboard artist? Do I want to be do I want to be a painter? Like, so then I had like this whole whirlwind again, and then I'm like, I need to add more classes.
god, more.
But you know what? I should just I think the point is that I have to realize, I mean, this is my third strike, dude, because this is the third time that I'm doing this, putting 3 classes on top of myself. I need to just learn by now. I think I just need to take it slow and understand that this is a marathon and not a sprint, and that it's okay, because this stuff takes time. And I think the fact that I feel like I lost 10 years shouldn't matter. You know what I mean?
Should not.
It shouldn't. Like, it doesn't matter when you start. Everybody, it doesn't matter. Just start. Because I'm so happy. I'm so happy doing it. So
Vera Wang, the famous clothing designer lady, she didn't start until she was like 55.
Yeah, you see? Guys, anytime. Just change your career now.
I mean,
if you're miserable.
Within reason.
Yeah.
Rodney Dangerfield then became truly successful until his late 50s.
Yeah.
It's it doesn't really matter. Is it good to start early? Yes, but that's because if 100% without a doubt that this is what you want to do. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't make you any less to start later. It does not.
Right.
Do you feel like with your classes? I'm like this way. I'm like this way with eating, and I'm like this way with classes when I'm doing classes. Do you like trying to get the rough stuff out of the way first, so then you can have like the fluff class, like the happy classes later, or like what are you gonna do?
I just follow the curriculum. Is that nerdy for me to say?
No, it's fine. That's fine. I was doing that my first few semesters, not my first few, like my later semesters in college. That I was just always taking like mathematics. I was always taking like these hardcore physics classes and all that crap. And then every once in a while, I'll like throw in like a intro to acting class where I will like ace it, like easy, easy, like to the point that the guy would be like, "Why are you not doing acting?" I'm like, I think my guy would think differently of me.
Why is it? Oh gosh, parents, just let their kids do what they want to do.
You want to have a Clash of Crisis. Mm-hmm. So at that show, the 80-person show, I wrapped it up. It was done. I picked up all the equipment. I went to get paid. And they're waiting for the owner. And I see this kid, this young man, not a kid, is talking, and he goes, "Hey, bro, you did a great, amazing set." And I was like, "Oh, here, I have these stickers. Oh, here, I have these stickers I give out to like people." And it's a DCC, it's Dade County Comedy, and it has the QR code in the bottom, so people can find my shows. It link goes straight to my website, whatever. So I was like, "Oh, here, if you ever want to come to another show, here's like a sticker." And he goes, "Oh, I'll trade you stickers. I have a sticker." And I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." He gives me a sticker. Oh, I actually have it here. Hold on. So it's a little crab. I don't know if you could tell.
Aww.
And what it is get ready. Coastal conservation. And the guy was a marine biologist. He was a marine biologist.
Oh, cool.
So, like, I don't know if I've said this before, but marine biology was, like, the thing I always wanted to do in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started talking to him about Jacques Cousteau. Started talking about, like, oh, like, what do you do in the labs and stuff like that. That was my dream. I almost went to Mass County, whatever. And the guy looked like me with hair and, like, Jason Momoa. So, if you imagine Jason Momoa Raul, that's what this guy looked like. And it was like weird. I was like looking at a variant of myself, like an alternate universe,
alternate reality here.
Yeah, I was like, wow. So that was a big shout out to that guy.
Well, so do you lament not going to marine biology?
No, because this is all professions have like a hard part. Marine biology, wow, beautiful. I love marine biology. If I wasn't doing comedy, I would really consider doing marine biology. But marine biology, the one thing that no one talks to you about is that, number one, you're not going to make... You're making mid-5 figures. I hate saying that. Most marine biologists may, unless you become super famous, get your own Discovery Channel show, you're charismatic, maybe. then you make higher figures. The other part, and this is the harder part, more than the money. The harder part is that you're usually on a vessel or on a boat for half the year.
Oh.
Half.
Yeah, that's
half the year, because you're doing research, you're doing studies, you're running reports, you're running a lot of stuff. It's cool. It's great. I don't like. Thank God I've never gotten seasick in my life. Yeah. I've been on boats and water my whole life. But what would kill me is the loneliness.
Oh yeah,
that's the scariest feeling in the world. I hate saying that. I hate that. The worst fear in the world to me is loneliness. Maybe that's why I'm so close to my family. I don't know if like what affects what, but yeah, I couldn't handle it. So, like now looking back retrospectively, there are some things I wish maybe. Again, if I have a clone myself and send him to do it, that would be great.
And just live through him.
And live through him. And live through marine biologist Raul. But I'm honestly very happy. Again, I know we talked about this. I know we both changed our careers kind of mid, the past few years. I never thought in all my years that I'll make money slinging jokes. Yeah. And it's crazy.
Yeah, dude, where there's a will, there's a way. Honestly, I've changed my mindset on things because I didn't care for nursing and I was good at it. And people would tell me I'm a great nurse and I'd be really sad inside because I'm like, well, this isn't what I want to do. And if you do something long enough, you're going to be good at it regardless. So you just got to stick to it, And when I realized that, I don't know why it took me 10 years, but when I realized that, and I said, I'm going to get out of this and do something else for 10 years and do something that I love to do, something better, something more fulfilling. Not that nursing isn't, but that's not for everyone. And I'm way happier for it. So,
Pat Riley, famous coach, famous executive for NBA, he wrote a book sometime in the early 2000s where he goes, a life most fulfilled is a life where you change your career every decade. He's kind of done it. He went from being a player, from being a coach, and now he's an executive, and he's been philanthropic. He's kind of done it. He's kind of lived by it. And maybe not every decade, but I think I worked in retail a lot in my early life. I worked in construction a lot in my early life. And now I never want to go back to either of those things. Mm-hmm. Same thing here. Like, I'm really enjoying doing comedy. I really am. But who knows? Who knows what the future holds for any of us?
Yeah. Well, the important part is being in the present and enjoying what you're doing now. And limiting yourself to what you can do because...
Exactly. Until cloning technology comes out. Elon, if you start making that cloning technology, I'm all about it.
No.
Oh my God.
I'm not jumping on that.
You wouldn't clone yourself?
No, that's weird. Nah. I'm unique. All right. There's only one me. And that's a good thing. The world couldn't handle two of me, honestly. Too much.
So, your solution, we didn't even finish. So Eric told you to focus on the three things on your paper.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up though, right?
Soon. Yeah, we got a minute.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, not only am I taking classes and I want to start a business as well, and I'm doing this podcast, and I also want to do prints and etc. And I'm still not sure if I want to be a storyboard artist or if I want to be an illustrator or a concept artist. So there's a lot of classes, right? But I think the solution is just understanding that there is enough time and focusing on maybe 3 things at a time, which is what Eric told me to do. Your top 3 priority, and focus on the small goals. And every small goal will snowball into a bigger goal. And I have to write down somewhere, limit yourself, and then you'll be limitless. Maybe that'll be something, right? Can that be the quote of the day?
To limit
I don't
yourself.
know. It's not
like
that motivational.
I like it. No, but I like it. Limit yourself so that eventually you can be limitless. I like that, actually.
Nice.
I like that word. Look, got the words of wisdom out.
There you go.
Woo!
I work well under pressure. That's the ER in me. Hey, I think before we go, I think next time we should talk about our origin stories. I think it's time.
That's gonna be a long one.
We'll dedicate one for you and dedicate one for me.
All right, ladies first.
All right.
All right.
Where can people find you?
RDHITO87 on all social media.
Awesome. And I am at Daisy Artistica, but I'll probably change it to Daisy Vesiana soon. I heard that you should change, like, just to your name. Keep it simple.
Thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about the letter count.
The letter count.
No, I'm a dork.
Well, I'm good. Let's fact check that statistic, because who knows?
Okay, Angie, listen. Jesus. All right, and you can follow the podcast at Failing with Style Pod on Instagram and maybe soon on other social media.
Yes, please share. That's how you can help us. Like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.